what are the Pelicans saying here?
Well, right now, look, I think they have a case to be in that conversation. We've all thrown around these trades. Look, if you were to, the Pels have one of the easiest trades to make right now, one of the cleanest trades if you include Brandon Ingram. You put Brandon Ingram in the deal, you only need about $4.5 million to get to salary matching rules per the CBA. So you don't have to get to a place where you're trying to involve 3 or 4 teams. They have the picks. So it kind of makes sense. Now, obviously, if I'm New Orleans, I would like to hang on to Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
I would like to try and put them together and make a nice big 3 with those guys, even a big 4 if you want to put CJ in that. So, but right now, I think obviously New Orleans has somebody who has familiarity with Kevin Durant and Willie Green, who is the head coach. Willie Green was in Golden State when Kevin Durant was there. Jarrett Collins was in Golden State when Kevin Durant was there. So if that's what you're looking for, the pieces start to make sense. And you can see why we've continuously talked about New Orleans as being a dark horse candidate for Kevin Durant.
Sort of whether or not they land Kevin Durant. Obviously, if they do, it becomes an even more interesting team to watch. But regardless, they are poised to potentially make some noise in the West next year. Andrew Lopez, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. The biggest issue, though, for Zion in his young career thus far has been his availability, right? He's only the 3rd #1 pick in the modern draft era to play fewer than 100 games in his first 3 seasons after being drafted. He joins David Robinson, who spent 2 years in the Navy after college, and Greg Oden. So Zion played in 37% of the Pelicans games in this time, and that includes the playoffs. So bringing back in my friends, Zach and Perk. Andrew just alluded to the fact that Zion hasn't played pretty much with any of the current central players on this Pelicans squad. So is it safe to assume, Zach, that he just fits in with the current roster construction? And just how dangerous does he make this Pelicans team?
Of course he fits in. A talent of Zion's caliber, you fit around Zion, not the other way around. As for this team, this is going to be a dynamite offensive team. You have a starting 5 probably of CJ, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Zion, Valanciunas. They're going to have to figure out the spacing with Zion and JV, but he's going to push the pace. Zion's going to set screens. He'll post up. We'll see some point Zion. If this isn't a top 5 offense, I'm going to be surprised and disappointed. They have some quality depth off the bench. I love all their young guys. Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, Dyson Daniels, who they just drafted, obviously Herb Jones. I love all those guys. That's a great young core. They're going to be a very dangerous team. I might pick them to be in the top 6 as of right now. Obviously, we've got to see what happens with Durant, where he goes, how that impacts the conference. But I think this team is deep and super talented offensively. The question is the other end of the floor. That starting 5 I named, Herb Jones is really the only good defender in that lineup. They're going to have to get stops to be a really serious team. But on paper, this is a dynamite scoring team.
Zach Lowe, the president of the Herb Jones fan club. What do you think, Perk?
Herb, baby.
Well, what? Listen, here's the thing. Everything Zach said was right. Malika, I owe the fan base, I owe the city of New Orleans, I owe David Griffin, I owe everybody in the front office, I owe everybody an apology. And I'm coming on national television, and I'm telling the whole fan base, the city of New Orleans, the state of Louisiana, that Big Perk apologized, that I'm sorry. I said that if Zion signed back with the Pelicans to his rookie extension, I will come on here and publicly apologize and admit that I was wrong about the city of New Orleans. They should not sell them. So now they could tape this, and I will be donating some money to a charity around New Orleans. That was the deal that we made. Some of us Pelicans fans on Twitter. So as a man, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to stand on that. I'm going to honor my word, and the future is bright for the New Orleans Pelicans.
You know what, Kendrick? I like that a lot. So we'll stick with you on this one then. The other point that Andrew Lopez made is how easily the Pelicans could put together an appealing package in a Kevin Durant-centered trade around Brandon Ingram. If that hypothetical trade were to go down, the Pelicans' ceiling would be what?
A championship.
Boom.
A championship. We all know that Kevin Durant instantly makes any team that he go to a contender. But you put Kevin Durant alongside C.J. McCollum with Zion Williamson, Herb Jones, the athleticism that they already have at the wing position, and the way that Coach Willie Green has got this team and this culture on point, you would think, yes, the Pelicans should be one of the favorites, if not the favorite, of winning it all. But I wouldn't have them as my favorite. They probably would be third or fourth on my list. But, yeah, they still would be winning the championship. I just don't want them to get rid of Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is under 25 years of age, and he has yet to scratch the surface of his prime. But if you have to get rid of him to get Kevin Durant, then you got to do what you got to do.
Zach?
No Brandon Ingram equals no Kevin Durant, and I agree with Perk. If they got KD, even with Ingram out the door, their ceiling is finals/championship. Not my favorite, like Perk said, but that's the ceiling.
I absolutely agree. And then maybe all of us will be donating to something in Perk's name. There's going to be a statue put up. I can already see it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.